Welcome to Arts Talk. I am Bill Roberts.
I'm Heidi.
I'm Cliff, and this young lady is Rebecca. And Rebecca is just altogether awesome.
Aw, thanks,
and
Cliff.
she's so awesome that she acquiesced to joining us for our panel discussion.
Oh, yeah, he's using fancy words. I don't know what that means.
Just to have a little a teacher! Just to have a little conversation with us over here for the panel.
Like a substitute teacher for the panel.
Yes.
Deal.
That was a big word,
Deal.
Cliff.
That was a big word.
I don't even think I know what that
That
means.
surprised me. You obviously had your thesaurus out
It's
before
way
this
past 6 letters.
this
That's wrong.
discussion.
I teach grade 1. Settle down.
Welcome, Rebecca.
Yeah.
Thank you for having me.
Welcome, Rebecca.
I appreciate
So,
it.
I wanted to chat because we haven't had a chance because you were away from the last show.
Oh, I was
So, your project, I Am Rare,
Yes.
was funded by Story Hive. So tell us all about it. How's it going?
It's great. We are in post-production now.
Nice.
Yeah, and wow, it is, producing is a whole other thing. Oh my gosh, it's stressful, but just been having so much fun. It's based on the true story of my son's rare diagnosis when he was a baby, and yeah, and so I'm very excited.
So tell the wonderful folks who one of the the amazing actresses,
Oh well, there's one stunning actress.
Terri, right?
Yeah.
No, this is an inside joke. It never gets old.
Nah, for you guys.
And as you notice, Terri is not here tonight because she's off on vacation. She decided,
No
what's her
commitment.
priorities?
Zero commitment to the show.
She could have come back from vacation just to do the show, but is she here? No, we've got Heidi, which is awesome because Heidi's part of the panel, but we also don't have Terri.
Oh, they miss you. That's why they're saying
Yeah.
But
this.
very quickly, if you saw any of the older Arts Talk shows from earlier in the year, we mistake Terri and Heidi's name a couple of
You
times.
just did it again.
And that
Right
just
there.
stuck.
Yes.
The fact of the
Yeah.
matter is, back to Story Hive and back to I Am Rare,
Yes.
one of the wonderful actresses that I was talking about was you.
Aw, you're so nice. Yes, I'm playing myself,
Nice.
which I think is funny, but
Probably
Method
hardest
acting.
acting.
yeah.
Probably hardest acting.
You know what? Like being back to when Ashton's diagnosis, it's really reliving it, and it was a traumatic experience. So it was difficult, but at the same time, I thought about maybe I'd direct it, but I have an amazing director, Diane Mahoney, and who else can play me better than myself? Nobody.
And I think as far as the emotions go, right? I mean, you lived through it, and that's remarkable that you lived through it, and this time perhaps you see it from a different perspective.
Yes,
And
yes.
I think that would make for an interesting acting gig.
And it's so awesome that you get the opportunity to actually tell
Oh,
your
yes.
story.
No kidding. No
I
kidding.
feel like blessed beyond belief that Story Hive chose I Am Rare as one of the projects that got funded. which is
Can't
pretty
wait to see
amazing.
it. Can't wait to
Thank
see it.
you.
And speaking of that, so when will it be released? Like,
So there will be a pending a screening at the Metro, as well as, but then it'll be released to the public in September.
Oh, wow.
Yeah,
That's
so-
coming up soon.
Yeah. So
Exciting.
yeah, and you can see it on Story Hive's website, and then it'll also be on Telus' Video on Demand.
Nice.
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 Wow.
Excellent. I'm sure Arts Talk will get an invite to the...
Absolutely not. I'm kidding.
Boy, she was quick with that answer.
Wow. Red
I
carpet roll back.
barely got the question out.
Carpet roll back up. It's like
Yes, of course.
Well, maybe Cliff and I won't get an invite, but I'm sure, the rest of the panel will be there.
Rebecca's gonna
Rebecca
get an invite.
Bissonnette will be there, yeah.
Rebecca Bissonnette.
Of course, you guys will be there. Yeah.
So,
Congratulations.
Thank you.
we have a big show coming up today. We're here again at Gallery 501 in Sherwood Park, so we want to thank Brenda Barry-Byrne, the curator of the Art Gallery, for having us here, and we've kind of made this as somewhat of our home base for those times when we're not out shooting somewhere else. We'll be here at Gallery 501 in Sherwood Park. Beautiful gallery. Get down here, check it out. One of our guests tonight is Vincent Roper, who has a show on here right now called Passages, and it runs until August 26th. We'll talk to Vincent a little bit later, and we're going to actually talk a little bit more with Rebecca and find out a little bit about what it's like being a street reporter for Arts Talk as well a little bit later.
A little bit
And
of
don't worry,
foreshadowing.
no tests. We won't put you through anything that is too hard
But
for
I
you.
studied, Bill.
Well, I'm sorry, Rebecca.
You look so depressed.
I'm sorry you're
about it.
depressed.
All right, no worries.
And
Next time.
and for any of those viewers who heard Cliff use that huge word in this intro, if you know the meaning of it, send us a note on the Facebook page because all of us up here don't know what it means.
Put it in the comments.
But it sounds great.
It does. Makes it sound really
What was it
important.
again? What was the word?
Acquiesce.
Yeah. Great
sounds
word,
beautiful.
Cliff. Whatever it means. Anyway, I think we should get on with the show. We'll be right back after this.
You guys.
Well, I'd like to welcome Vincent Roper to the show here in Gallery 501. This is your show. It's called Passages. I understand you're originally from Winnipeg. You're the son of a commercial artist, so you were actually around art all the time. So you obviously decided to make this your living. You do this all the time?
Well, not really. My life was quite more complex than that. When I was a little boy, you're right, I was surrounded by art books and art, and oftentimes artists would come over to me.
Mm-hmm.
So when I was in elementary school, I was already reading art books, looking at the pictures, of course, and reading about artists. And I followed art all my life, but actually it's only been in the last 10 years that I've been a full-time painter, really. I had a professional career before that. So yeah, it's just the last 2 years since I retired from Athabasca University.
Mm-hmm.
You're a professor at Athabasca?
Associate.
Associate.
Yes.
Cool.
That must be wonderful because I think that's the artist's dream to do what you love full time.
It is.
Yeah.
Yeah, it always was something. Like, you know, I tend to take courses and
Yeah.
paint on the weekends and stuff like that. But most of the time it's taken up by my professional.
Have you always gravitated towards the rural scapes?
You know, I have really. But I think that is kind of focusing on landscape, I think, was really a decision that wasn't that long ago. I was about maybe 7 or 8 years ago, and I saw some artwork when I was in the States of a landscape painter that I really admire. And it made me realize that that would be the direction I really wanted to take.
Nice.
And it answered the kind of questions that I had about where I wanted to take my artwork, because I wanted to see how far I could go with it.
Mm-hmm.
And landscape is the vehicle that I found most satisfying to me in so many ways. Besides, I love being outside. I've always loved wilderness. And that's really the reason for the show being called Passages. I always like spending time on my bicycle or walking around. And we often are asked, like, why did you paint this scene instead of that scene? What stops you in your tracks and say, I'd like to make a painting on this. And in my case, I had to look at this retrospectively because somebody once asked me why I paint, and I hadn't really thought that much about that. It was kind of an odd question. People are always asking how you do this and all that kind of thing, but
Yeah.
why you paint? Well, obviously a love of art, but the other thing is that I seem to be attracted to changes and transitions in the countryside.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, some of it's man-made, so we're looking at barns, but a lot of it is things like just passages like trails and even highways, but also passages in time. So I find it very interesting to see how things change over time, seasonal changes.
That's what I find fascinating, actually, the passages of time. And I had a really quick cursory look, hoping to look more deeply at some of your paintings. But it's so evident that time is of concern to you.
Yes, it is.
Even in your paintings, it just comes out.
Yes, I mean, seasonal change, like there's 3 pictures here are really spring.
Mm-hmm.
And some of the other ones are other seasons, but I'm also interested in the passages from life to death, things that are dying, and then rebirth as in spring. So those kind of passages is part of the reason why I named the show Passages.
I love that you see evidence of life other than tree life, other than landscape life. You see evidence of animals, you see evidence of people, but none of those are in your paintings.
No.
I find that fascinating. I love the fact that it shows the effect, perhaps.
Mm-hmm.
Right?
And I also find some sort of beauty in the change, even from some of these old barns that are disintegrating, and some of them are virtually ruins. I find that there's some beauty in that. You know, you think about it, in fall, the fall flowers and the leaves rather in the fall, in the trees, the beauty, and they're dying. And that's one of the beauties in nature. I like that.
And your work is beautiful. I think Cliff has alluded to that as well. I had a chance to have a quick look at it. And you kind of answered one question I was going to ask, like what inspires you when you're out, you know, looking at a landscape or just outdoors. But what's your process? So I know some artists will go that do landscapes, for example. They'll go, they'll take some photos of work, then they come back and work on it. Do you prefer just to sit out there and start working?
That's the optimal situation. But, and maybe many years ago, I would do just that. And I belong to a little group of sketchers, and we go out and sketch from time to time. And it's called plein air, so you're outside, full air. And that's optimal because you're responding not just to the scene in front of you, but to the birds and the smells in the environment, and the temperature in the air, all that kind of stuff. And that's quite inspirational. But no, lately, and as I grow older, and certainly for more of the winter scenes, I end up maybe catching a couple of things on a sketch, but mostly taking photographs and bringing them back to the studio and looking at them there. It's become my sort of standard process.
You stole my question. So that actually, answers a question. Another question I was going to ask, because I see that there are some that are winter. And so if you're taking a picture, do you ever go outside in the winter to sketch or just get it in the moment? Or is it always taking a picture with the camera?
No, it's too cold.
Yeah.
Maybe when I was younger, but
Yeah.
I know that sometimes I've kind of run into a little trouble on that. I spied an old house made of stone in a field. So I jump over this fence, there's nobody around, and I start walking, and next thing I know, up to my waist in snow.
Oh no.
And I thought, well, either I'm going to go forward and get these pictures, or I'm going to give up on it. And it's been half a day trying to find this place, and somebody told me about it. And so I did that, but it kind of taught me that this is maybe a little bit dangerous when you're 72.
It's dangerous anytime.
Need snowshoes. There's lots of them here.
So, no, probably not.
Yeah.
I would say that's certainly not my preferred modus operandi anymore.
All right, well, Vincent, we're just about out of time. Interview time just always flies right by. So you're here at Gallery 501 in Sherwood Park. Your show's here until August 26th.
Yes.
And do you have anything else coming up, or how do people contact you if they want to learn more about you?
I have some cards up front, but I have another thing coming up. There's a members appreciation evening on the 19th this week, actually. And I'm going to be doing a presentation of that, answering that very question: what is my process? How do I paint from start to finish? So I have a painting at home that I'm going to bring in and talk about how, frame by frame, I got to the point where it was a completely oil paint. And other events coming up? No, that's about it. So this show is over. I'm going to take a little bit of a break and then start a project, which is a local project, to do some kind of interpretations of heritage buildings.
Yes.
Yeah, it's kind of nice. I have a grant for that.
Do you have a website or anything?
No, I don't. I don't have a website. No, I never got around to that. I may probably should.
We're just gonna have to come and see it
You gotta
live.
come see the show.
You guys are stealing all of my ideas. I was just going to say, well, you have to go in person and see it.
There you go. All right. Well, thanks so much for being on Arts Talk, Vincent.
It was a pleasure.
And make sure to come down to Gallery 501 and check out his show. We'll be right back after this.
Head on over to the Ukrainian Cultural Heritage Village. I believe it's just up, if you keep going past Sherwood Park, you'll find your way there. And right now, all the way until September 3rd, you can see Peter Shostak's work. It's painting beautiful paintings, actually similar to the ones in this room, all about, you'll see lots of landscape. Yeah. And the event is called Painting to Remember.
All right, Arts Talk. We like Arts Talk. We like Arts Walk. September 8th, Saturn Arts Walk. Not Arts Talk, Arts Walk. September 8th, there's over 300 artists, makers of all kinds, of all different types of art And beer gardens, we like bevies. All Edmonton are locally focused beers. We like beer. We like bevies. So we're going to be there. I'm going to be there anyway, and not as an artist, but as an appreciator. And it's on September 8th. It goes all day, and you should come. It's going to be fantastic.
All right, Arts Talk viewers, I think you know what event I'll be talking about because I've been talking about it for the past 2-3 weeks, and my co-hosts on the show remind me every show that you're talking about that again. Yes, Nightmare. We have a Fringe show. Cliff and I are involved in it. August 16th to the 26th during the Fringe. We open on August 16th at the Sugar Swing Ballroom, which is on 10019 80th Avenue in Edmonton. Tickets go on sale on August 8th. Show built right from the ground up. Dance, music, kind of scary. I'm not going to tell you much about the show because you need to come and see it. Come see Nightmare, Sugar Swing during the Edmonton Fringe Festival.
Hey everybody, it's Jacqueline Biolo with Arts Talk TV, and I'm here with my friend and Canadian designer, Deborah DeBow. And today we're going to talk about some unique jewelry. As you can see, we're both showcasing it for you today. But Deborah, welcome. Thank you so much for taking some time to talk to me. And why don't you tell us not only about your company name, but a little bit about the uniqueness of the jewelry that we're wearing.
Thank you. My business is called Soul Tribe Adornment. The idea being the commonality that all cultures have is we adorn. It unifies us. This particular series, this jewelry, is all salvaged material. I gave myself a challenge. When things would come my way, such as some of the things in this necklace, I would grab them up. People donated things. I wanted to see what I could create that was beautiful and made a statement from salvaged materials.
Absolutely. And so you talk about the salvaged materials, but tell me also about how long you've been doing this unique art.
About 15 years. I started about 15 years ago after traveling around the globe to sacred sites and representing Canada at different women's and peace conferences.
And where can we see some of this unique, beautiful jewelry?
Thank you. I have a Facebook page right now and an Etsy store, Soul Tribe Adornment, and I do pop-up shops all over. One's in New Mexico right now, that's a bit far to go, but I pop up on White Avenue quite frequently too.
Well, it has been such an honor for me not only to learn a little bit more about this unique art form, the jewelry, the colors, the history behind it. So I want to thank you very much for allowing me the opportunity to share it with all of our viewers. And we wish you the very best of luck in your future endeavors.
Thank you so much.
Absolutely. And with that, it's been a pleasure. This is Jacqueline Biolo with Arts Talk TV. Back to you, Bill, in the studio.
Welcome back, Arts Talk viewers. Today we have Rebecca Bissonnette, not Bassinet.
Good job.
Thank you. Yes, and you are one of our street reporters. Wow, yes.
Street reporter.
You got this. You got this.
I'm glad you said reporter because porter is vastly different.
I'm not doing Porter stuff.
No, it's a reporter, right? It's much better.
Yeah, so you're one of our street reporers.
I am. Just recently, when
Yeah.
the show kind of shuffled from Bill and one person to Bill and lots more people.
Lots.
It was something else you guys wanted to do, so it's been fun.
And
It's been a lot of
I
fun.
heard you tearing up the environment, to be honest with you. You're getting all kinds of interviews and videos everywhere and 16
Posts
million
all over the Arts
people.
Talk Facebook
All over
page.
the Arts Talk. I heard you just tearing it up.
Oh, well, it's really fun, and you know what, it's kind of a blessing because I just am immersed in a community that has so many talented and gracious people, so really it's just a job where I get to talk to my friends about the cool
That's
things
awesome.
they're doing, so I'm like, of course, give that job to the loud and obnoxious person. It was brilliant, Bill.
Of course. That's why.
Do
Exactly.
you have a hard time, like, because you have so many artistic friends, choosing who's going to be in your next interview?
Not really. There's so much on the go. And people start to say, hey, you know what? I have a Fringe show coming up. I have a concert coming up. I have a whatever. And for me, and I've joked with Eric and Bill about this already, it's trying to stay within a time frame because we just get chatting. The conversation just flows. Like when you're with your buddies and it's just something cool that you're into, and it just flows,
And if you're
right?
passionate about it, you
Exactly.
can't help but talk about it. Right?
Exactly. I like it a lot.
That's wonderful.
So you've been, as we said, putting lots of events up on the Arts Talk Facebook page, which we want our viewers to like, and they are, which is great.
Yay.
So what's coming up? What do you? I know Fringe is coming up, so you got some stuff happening with that.
Actually, I personally am not doing any Fringe stuff this year, but I'm booting myself out there. So if anybody's got anything, send it my way. I'll love you up. But so in talking with Eric and Bill, I think the Arts Talk could be a little bit more, and so the Facebook page was great about promoting the videos. But then I poked him a little bit. I said, hey, we can do more than that. There's like right here in the middle of this beautiful art gallery. You could talk about art shows. You could talk about different music. You could talk about hey, come to this event. And so just to kind of open up the discussion, open up the page, broaden the community, and so we can be more than just a really awesome video.
We are so awesome, guys.
I know, right? But Edmonton is so vibrant, and it's just it would be a disservice not to kind of do a little bit more. So
You're doing wonderful, and we are gaining a lot more likes since the events have been popping up.
I'm glad.
And
Edmonton
information
is
has
just
been great.
And that's
so
precisely
exciting.
the objective here. I mean, every time we've discussed this, precisely the objective is just immerse ourselves in the community and have the community immerse themselves in this.
I hear so often people be like, oh, there's a big arts community, or there's a big like theater community or film community or whatever. And I'm like, actually, there is.
It's huge.
It really is.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, it's I'm kind of still new to it myself. Like I'm a teacher by day, superhero by night. But so it's like I got to the arts game a little bit older in life, but I'm making up for lost time. So like attending events like the Sterling Awards or going to the Edmonton Music Awards, and just to see how much electricity there is in the city, and it's so cool to see and to get to be a part of it in whatever way that I can, whether it's talking about it or promoting it or being in something, right? So it's just so exciting to be a part of Edmonton scene.
It really is.
Yeah.
For sure.
It really is.
So I have to ask you a question now
course.
that just came out of that last conversation. So you are a superhero by night. So do you have any special powers, or are you like Batman, or?
I do a mean tap dance, Bill.
Oh wow! Now
I should have brought my tap shoes.
Good. See, when we do the dance segment, she can take my place.
It's
you need
on
to
the
teach
table.
Heidi.
You
then,
need to teach
since Heidi says she's
We'll
got
do
two
a tap
left feet.
dancing duet.
I suck at dancing. Oh my gosh.
Girl, not possible.
Yeah.
Anybody can sing and anybody can dance. I'm a believer in that.
Truth, I can dance. Not very well, but I can dance.
See?
You don't want to see it. You don't want to see it, but nonetheless.
Oh, come on. I think they do, right? Right?
I'd like to see it. Yeah.
Yeah.
So you're covering so many different genres of art, which is awesome.
Yeah.
Is there any particular genre that you prefer over another?
Ooh. Well, I'm a dance studio kid from way back. Like when I was a kid, I was in the studio every day after school. So that's kind of where my heart is. My body's currently not there because I'm working through some injuries. But so then I've kind of leaned a little more towards the kind of acting, being on the stage that way.
Nice.
And I did have a successful audition to something that I'm not allowed to say yet.
Oh, well, we'll
Just watch. I'll post it.
We'll keep-
That's
appendages
awesome.
crossed.
Congratulations.
Well, thank you.
You're
I
welcome.
could give you a little plug and say 60th season.
I
you might know where I'll show up.
I know where that might show up, yes. But I won't say anything, don't worry.
Yeah.
We'll let our viewers know later on.
I'll let you know.
So, again, like you said, you've been able to get all over the place and
Yeah.
do all these great interviews with, has there been one that's kind of stood out, that's been your favorite so far, or are they all really good?
Oh, they're all really good. And if I had to pick a favorite, it would have been one that I've done just recently I have some really great friends, Erica Newt and Ariana Whitlow. And they are part of an amazing band called Uptown. So they had a show just at the Rec Room just last weekend. And sure, they're great vocalists. Sure, the musicians in the band are amazing. And people should go see them because of that. But they're just, again, really, really great friends of mine. And in that sense, they're just the most supportive, honest, hardworking, people. They would take the shirt off their back for you. And that's kind of another reason why I'm really excited to be reporting on stuff that people I know are doing, is because these are people that have from the ground up, they're not something big like the big commercial theaters, that have these big budgets, that have these, big promotional marketing kind of giants to do their stuff for them. I like being able to promote my friends, not just because they are my friends, but because, you know, we're all in it together. Like, we are a community. So if I can help you out, then maybe one day later on, you'll come and help me out as well.
Which is the whole mandate of Arts
The
Talk.
whole
is
mandate
to
of
promote
Arts Talk.
all of these artists who maybe don't have opportunities to promote themselves in other ways, or it's another option to promote themselves as well.
So I think that's awesome, and I'm really happy to be a part of this.
And just,
And we're happy to have you part of it too.
and just so you know, Rebecca, Cliff and I have a fringe show.
I do know that.
Yes.
Everybody on Artstock knows about it. It's a good thing.
I've been passionate about it for a long time, and I think that's amazing.
Yes.
Like, again, something you've taken from, like,
Yeah.
It is
I
from
don't
the
know what
ground
this
up.
means down here, but, you know, from the ground up, you know, it's lovely to hear stories like that.
And
So-
speaking of dance,
Yes.
you know, there's a lot of dance in that show.
I've seen that in pictures.
Ladies,
I'm excited to see it.
Yeah.
I'm excited to see
And
it.
these people are so talented. It's like just reeking with talent.
All those ladies are so
amazing.
passionate.
Absolutely amazing.
Yeah.
It's going to be a fantastic show. And on that note,
I agree.
that's it. We're out of time, Rebecca.
As usual. Sounds like one of my street reports.
Out of time. But thank you so much for being one of our awesome street reporters.
Oh, you're
Make
welcome.
sure viewers
A
watch
pleasure.
Rebecca's reports.
I love your energy. It's just awesome.
Make sure to tune into the Arts Talk page, like it, watch for Rebecca's events and reports that she does for us. We'll be right back after this. We're back. It's that time of the show, and as of course we've mentioned, we have our guest Rebecca here, street reporter. It's panel discussion time. Yay! So I thought, because we're into the summer months and there's so much happening, I wanted to kind of discuss what excites you, and this is good for our viewers as well, and maybe they can jump in on our Facebook page and let us know what
That would be
their
awesome.
most exciting thing about the Edmonton art scene is. So what excites you most about the Edmonton art scene? There's so much happening.
Can I
You
Jump
Go
in.
ahead. Jump right in there, Heidi.
Oh, thank you. How sweet. Honestly, you know, all joking aside, I am genuinely excited for the Fringe. Like,
Nice.
I love the Fringe, and I have since I was a kid. I'm excited to see Nightmare. I'm excited to, like,
great.
go.
Thanks for the
just, like,
plug.
take my money.
Wink, wink.
Yeah, just take my money.
Just take it. Well, and that's the wonderful
Yeah.
thing about the Fringe, too, is that, you know, it's affordable.
Mm-hmm.
And if you want to go see a show that, like, with a big budget, or even, you know, it's a lot of times a lot of people can't afford it. Whereas the Fringe, you know, you're paying $16 to $22.
They can $13.
It's $13.
Right? Yeah.
His top ticket price is $13.
$13.
For Nightmare, it's $13.
That's awesome.
And that's top ticket. You know, I've always maintained right from the very beginning of this Arts Talk, my involvement with Arts Talk is, while art fascinates me in all its different genres, what fascinates me most is the people behind the art. It's the people behind the songs, it's the people behind the artwork, it's the people behind the acting, behind the camera, it's the directors. All of these people, they fascinate me because they create something out of nothing, generally. You know, be it acting, be it drama, be it painting, whatever the case may be. And so it's the people behind these things that fascinate me the most. And one of the things that is the most exciting for me about the Edmonton art scene is that you get to meet these people.
Yes.
You know, you get to go back and you get to talk to these people. You know, last time I was at Fringe, there was a one-woman show, and after the show, I just hung around for a couple of seconds and got a chance to talk with her. And I sat and talked with her for like 20 minutes. You know,
Sorry, which show is it?
I can't remember. It was a one-woman show with a nurse.
Okay.
But what's so fascinating to be able to talk to these people in the moment, you know,
Yes.
right when they're showing their stuff off.
Yeah.
Definitely.
And they speak with the passion of it just being created. And I find that the most interesting, you know, to be able to go and chat with these people, right?
And I find too, I'm sorry, I don't
No,
mean to
no,
interrupt you, but that one thing that I love when you talk to people about their art is it's like a child comes out. Like, it becomes so excited.
yes.
And again,
Yeah.
like, it's just one of those things that even as adults that, you know, the creativity that we get to bring out, it's, you become excited like a child. It's
Well,
just,
it's
I
such a
love
big
it.
part of you, right? I mean, any artist in any genre will tell
Definitely.
you it's such a big part of you. And when somebody's interested in that part of you, which makes you the most happy, how can you not bring that?
You want to
passion?
talk
Oh,
about
look
it.
at that face. Look
Yeah.
at that light up.
You want to get it out there for sure.
Well, totally. And I think, just to kind of tag on to both of what you have said, is that I get really excited when I see art that is more accessible to more people. Like, in the sense of, I think of groups like Crispy, like the dance group that has, you know, somebody in a walker, somebody in a wheelchair, somebody that is able-bodied and moving around. So
Yes.
art that just reaches everybody. Like, I just have to think back to even just last week where I was teaching at the Citadel, and I had, it was an amazing experience, but I came across a younger fellow, maybe in his 20s, that was talking to me, and he said, you know what, I know that you're in the arts. He's like, I would like to get back into acting. I was like, that's wonderful. And, I'm rattling off all my community theater things, but he's like, wait a minute. He's like, I also have Tourette's. He's like, and this is what I do, and this is how I deal with it, and I want some safe places to put those emotions.
Right.
So all I had to do was like put a call out to people, and I'm like, hey, people, normally I would say, go here, but to respect somebody in that kind of position and make sure that they felt safe, I'm like, I had to reach elsewhere. But within like 5 minutes of asking about it, I had like 3 different options. So the fact that our art scene is just growing and it's more diverse, and not just more diverse, but people are willing to offer up different options for people that, maybe normally wouldn't be able to access theaters. So that's what's exciting for me, how Edmonton's growing in that way.
I think what's even most exciting for me, and we talk about it all the time, we're into the summer months, so it's festival time, and there's so much going on. But I think what excites me most is the fact that it's all year round.
Yeah.
Oh,
Not just in Edmonton, but in all the surrounding communities.
betcha.
There's winter festivals, there's so much that happens throughout the whole year now, so it's not just July and August.
Very true.
It's really added on, and every year there's a few new things that come up in the fall and the winter.
And the best part of it, doesn't matter what the festival is.
No.
There's always some form of art that's involved.
Yes.
There's always a booth.
Always.
There's always a this. There's always a that. And no, it's fascinating. Right?
It's so true.
People like me, I like to just go roam. I love to just mingle in the crowd, and
Yeah.
I'm kind of taking the ambience of the day or whatever the case may be.
Yeah.
And it's so interesting to just be able to go and just meander and chat with these people. Some of them are genius.
Yes.
And you just get to go and talk with them. I mean, that's pretty amazing.
Yeah.
I agree.
We have street performers, Taste of Edmonton.
Taste of Edmonton.
Rockfest. We have Todd
Rockfest.
Crawshaw on the show coming up with all the
right.
everybody loves the 80s.
Yeah. We were gonna go to that, but our fringe shows that day, right? We can still
We have
maybe-
one fringe show in that afternoon. Yes.
Yeah, maybe.
So we'll see how
Yeah.
that works out. But yeah, there's just so much happening all the time, which is, I think, exciting for everybody. And even for those people that are new to the arts.
Yeah.
And maybe, as you just talked about with that gentleman, or, any of our viewers that have just started following Arts Talk because you want to learn more about the arts. Well,
Yeah.
this is another reason why we're here, right?
Do any of you, when you hear about a new festival or a new thing in the arts in the community, get like super excited? Like I when I find, I'm like, oh, there's something new that I haven't heard about.
Yeah, you want to learn all about it.
Yes.
What is it? When's it happening?
Oh my goodness!
What is it?
Even where you were saying it's Nightmare showing the Sugar Swing, and I had briefly mentioned that I had gone swing dancing at the one that the studio they used to be in, and I had no idea that swing dancing was a thing.
It's a huge thing.
I had no idea.
I wouldn't have known.
I was so excited.
They just had a swing dance festival
I sucked
recently.
at it.
I
but
would never have known.
Yep.
Seriously.
They just had a swing dance festival
That's insane.
a while back,
What?
and it was run by Sugar Swing.
Is that right?
Yeah, and I guess on the weekends, this is promotion for Sugar Swing now, so Berkeley, if you're watching, this is good for you, but they have a ton of people that come there on the weekends to dance.
Seriously.
That's the thing is that you find about these new festivals or these new workshops or classes or whatever, and I kind of come at it from different angles where of course I want to be that, like you, like kind of like that tourist. I'm walking around soaking it all up, but also as an artist, as a performer, I'm like, ooh, this new dance festival came up. Can I get an entry in there? Or this new, folk fest or something. Can I sing there? Or like, so I like the duality of it. Not only can I go and just immerse myself in it, but I also want to be a part of it if I can, right?
And the wonderful thing I find too about these different things is they often have classes, so that if
Yes.
you haven't done it before,
Yeah.
you can learn.
You sure can.
Great.
So-
and learn and
so-
learn and learn.
So dance classes, right?
Dance classes
Yes.
for the two left.
I don't know if I'll ever get that
Look, we can
down.
partner up. Look at this. We got
Yeah.
ballroom
Oh my
right
gosh,
here.
guys.
That's right.
And
Like,
on
I
that
had people
note-
laughing at me. I'm not even kidding.
Well, I did a segment on Arts Talk way back where we went and learned to cha-cha with my previous co-host. That was
Nice.
impressive.
Yes.
Hey, we need
Anyway.
more of
I have
that.
to look
Yes.
for
On that, you can find it. You can go. It's online. On that note, that brings us to the end of our panel discussion already. So we got to go to break real quick. But
Sounds good.
again, so much happening in this city. We'll be right
Yes.
back after this. We're back. Another awesome show. That was
that. I
fun.
agree. I agree.
Awesome show, awesome guests.
Great guests. Vincent was awesome. Great to have Rebecca sitting at the
Well,
table
thank you
here
for
with
having
us.
me, and I'm going to use acquiesce somewhere in a sentence tonight.
I have to look it up first, and then
Yeah.
I'm gonna use it.
Again, for our Facebook viewers and Arts Talk viewers, go to the Facebook page. If you know what it means, put it on there.
Yeah.
So we understand it.
You know what? Even add
Give a
some
thumbs up to
extra
Cliff,
words.
will you?
That
These
would
guys
be
are
nice
torturing
in
me.
the show.
Yeah.
Yeah.
A thumbs up for Cliff because these guys are torturing me. I need some backers here.
We just admire how
Do it
smart
more.
you are.
Do it more because he gets after me all the time.
So speaking of the
of-
Arts Talk Facebook
Nice.
page,
That's
Cliff,
speaking of the
Oh.
Facebook page.
Beautiful.
We're always looking for more likes, and of course that
Yes.
means you. So come check out the page, hit that little like button, and as Eric always says, if you don't, we were just talking about that. If you see an invite, we invited you, and it's still invite, and you haven't liked the page yet. I don't know, knocking on doors, calling you up, going, yo, it's up. Might happen.
and with
My-
Rebecca putting so much information up on the page, if you're not aware of something coming up, or check out the page because you're going to find it there. So
And if you have something
Yes.
that you would like promoted, we have the wonderful
it.
street reporters.
Send it.
We have
will
everybody
love you
here.
up.
Love you up. What more could you possibly ask for?
And you can email us at artstalkedmonton@gmail.com as well. So if you want to be a guest on our show, send us an email and we'll make sure to get you on. So we've got coming up into August. Not completely sure what we'll be doing for a show yet in August.
It's going to
So
be fringe related-ish.
possibly it'll be fringe related. So make sure you stay tuned again to our page because then you'll see what's going to come up.
Come join us, people. Come join us on this journey. We'll have some fun.
Yes, we will. All right, again, big thank you to Gallery 501 here in Sherwood Park for letting us use their venue for shooting in. And it's nice because it's air conditioned.
I
It's
like
really
that.
hot outside right
On a
now.
day like
come
today.
and come check out Vincent's work. It's
Yes.
It is
amazing.
beautiful.
It's fantastic.
Like there is so much art. I like there's like a winter one. Oh,
Yeah.
beautiful.
So
Come
Summer.
see it.
Vincent Roper, his show's here till August 26th, so make sure that you don't miss it. All right, thanks everybody. Thanks for being here.
Thank
Thanks
you.
for
Thank you.
watching. We'll see you next time.